Hi, I'm Richie Kotzen, and this interview is for Music Press. What has inspired me? Well, you know, it's a long journey. You know, I started making records when I was 18, and I'm 40 now. So, you know, I guess life is what inspires me pretty much. You know, just experiences and you know, the perspective you have when you're in your early 20s is different than, you know, when you grow up. So that kind of comes out in the music. So it's just generally life is the inspiration.
Until I make you cry.
The signature models are pretty interesting the way they came about. In 1994, I was signed to a deal with Geffen, and I had a record come out, and my manager had approached Fender about running a series of advertisements in the guitar magazines, which is something that that was common back then for the guitar players. A lot of times the endorsement companies would run ads to help promote the record and their product, and they had told us that the scheduling for ads was already full, and they couldn't run any ads, but Japan was interested in doing a signature model on me, and they wanted to do a Telecaster and a Strat. When I was in Poison, I was playing the Telecaster, and when I did the solo record, I was photographed and recorded with the Strat, so they wanted to do both. And that's the story. They've been in production since, I think, 95 is when they came out. And I play them, you know, right off the rack the way they are. I pretty much, I do two things. I add a drop D-tuner and sand the finish off the back of the neck. Other than that, that's the guitar I play.
And I'm blind to trust.
The amp thing is just out of me trying something new. I've had a signature model with a company called Cornford for quite a while, which is a great company, really cool amp that I was involved in the design of. And recently I wanted to try using some smaller amps, some lower wattage things, and I was experimenting with a bunch of different amp setups, and I came across the Marshall 1974, which is like an 18-watt combo, really simple, two knobs, volume and tone, and I've been really digging the sound from that. So I have that along with the head version of that amp, slightly different amp, but relatively the same in the sense that volume, tone, simple setup, and I have them linked together. You'll see tonight at the show, and it's a cool rig because I can get a loud sound without being overbearing, and that is one thing that, you know, I want to get the right tone, but I also have to be at the right volume. So it's been working out pretty good for me. I don't know, you know, because I don't look at myself as an album artist so much. I mean, you know, the albums are kind of like snapshots of, you know, periods of time in my life. And, you know, it's kind of like, the songs are like kids, you know, it's like, who's your favorite, you know, kid? I don't know. I just, I think there's certain songs that I tend to like to play in a live situation. There's songs that are always in my set for one reason or another. Fooled Again is one. A Love Divine is from 1994. It's always in the set. And it's just a song that I like playing, and it fits into the trio format. To pick out the best record, you know, every time I make a record, when I'm done with it, I think that's my best record. So it's a little tricky for me. But you know, I guess the songs that I play live are probably the ones that are my favorites. Yeah, I mean, I'm into playing whenever I can. You know, people always ask me, well, why don't you come here and play, or why don't you play there? And it really isn't up to me. You know, I can't just go show up somewhere with my band and and a truck full of gear and set up and start playing. You know, it kind of comes down to where people, you know, where they want me and where I get asked to go, and that's how the whole European thing kind of built over the last, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, is that people wanted me to come play here, and it's been really going well for me and growing, and it's a great experience. So, you know, I'm happy to go wherever I'm wanted. I'm not really hip to a lot of the new up-and-coming bands. I don't really pay attention so much. You know, I think a lot of times people like me that you're playing music all the time. You know, you're either on tour, or you're writing, or you're recording, and you know, it's kind of cool to get away from it. And so when I'm not on tour and I'm not making a record, I'm kind of zoned out and not paying attention. Occasionally, I'll hear a song on the radio, you know, or in the store or something playing over the background, and I'll figure out, you know, who is it, maybe go buy it on iTunes. But I can't think off the top of my head lately anything that I've done that with, but I don't know. No, I very rarely listen to music when I'm out on tour. Most of the time, after a gig, the last thing I want to do is hear music. I just want to say thanks for having me here in the UK. I love coming here playing. The audiences have been great, and hopefully tonight's another good show, and thanks for checking me out.